It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Tell you, it ain't easy. It ain't easy what we're going through right now. It's just a tough time all the way around.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, it makes me want to
People
cry.
have lost. Oh, there you go. We went to commercial break. What happened?
We're good, thank you. I'm glad we're good.
Did you see me pull a rabbit out of the hat? What are you doing? What are you doing?
What did you do, Val? You can't control the mouse with your hand?
She has a
She
staple in
got
her
a splint
finger.
on her hand, and I guess she hit the wrong button.
I don't know. Well, look at that.
It looks nice. It looks nice. Happy Wednesday to you. It's a wonderful Wednesday at the Brooklyn Cafe. I gotta tell you, besides all of this, it's been a lot of rain. And I gotta tell you, you love the rain, but the rain definitely brings people's moods down. There's been no sunshine, it's a lot of water. It even brings the temperature in the studio down. Big day, turned off one of the fans. So I know, 53 and one of my fans is off.
Why did you turn it on?
Because I was cold. I know, go figure.
The other day it was 107 degrees in here. She was complaining.
And I was melting.
And now it's going to turn 107 degrees. You're going to start melting
You
in.
know what happens?
Yeah, you're 53.
This is my prerogative to change my mind.
Is that what it is?
Yes. Happy Wednesday to you.
Happy Wednesday to you. You know, the funny thing about what we're going through right now is that if you try to change the tide and you don't do it naturally, if you're just talking from that deep, dark side of your body, just trying to force your hand, it ain't never going to work out. It ain't never going to work out. The bottom line here is you got to be honest to who you are. Do what you do better than anybody else, because in this house, what do we say? Who's the best at what they do?
We are.
We are. And that's what you got to hold on to. We may not get it right all the time, as you can see on cue. That happens, but I'm going to tell you, I'll go to war with any of these kids because 99% of the time, they get it right. So today is a beautiful rainy Wednesday. It's going to rain today. It's going to rain tomorrow. Apparently that storm, it's in Canada now, making havoc up there.
Why are we still getting so much rain is all I ask you.
It's doing more damage up north than it is here because it was never on land here.
True.
So what do you think they do in North Carolina when they see a hurricane coming? Because it didn't create any damage in Florida because it was in the water.
They ignore it?
They say, that's a nothing. Meanwhile, they got 15-foot waves in their driveway.
Do they? It's bad.
It was horrible. 4 people died. I just don't understand. If stupid gets what stupid does.
I don't know. I try not to engage in the news is all I can say.
Well, that's another problem. How do you know? There was a guy, he was in North Carolina talking to a friend of mine.
You tell me, you go, oh, there was an explosion in Beirut. Okay, there was an explosion
We're going to
in
get to
Beirut.
that too.
Or you tell me, this happened. I go, okay, this happened.
We're going to get to that too. But the guy is riding his bike, and there's a wind, and the wind knocks him down off his bike. And he gets up. Or maybe it was in the car. I don't know what it was. And he's talking to his mother on the phone. And he's like, Mom, where's all this wind coming from? She says, dummy, there's a hurricane hitting you. He goes, a hurricane? When did that happen? Do you watch the news? No, I do not.
That's pretty much it. I get enough news. I got to tell you, I get plenty of news. I don't know how people do it all. I think people are so overscheduled and overbooked. We actually have a guest. She's going to talk about isolation frustration today. We've got Brenda Warren joining us later on in this hour. We've got Nelsia Rome, a book author about teachers, joining us this hour. The next hour, we've got Superheroes joining us, what he's doing
cool.
for children. And all of this comes to you virtually from all over the country. Nobody is local. Our one local guest, we're rescheduling her, but everyone is all over the country. This platform has definitely, the one benefit of changing what we've all changed in our lives is that it's opened up. It is an equal playing field now. We can interview people from all across the world, like every other news media station, and not worry about them taking a 24-hour flight in from another country, or they're going to make the 6-minute interview or not. It is an equal playing field now for everybody to get their message heard. And that is what I really like about it.
It's a nice change. All of a sudden now we are doing the same thing at our other location at the radio station, where we are able to give, we could do this platform on radio, we could do it on TV, we could do it on anything now. And it works perfectly. And I have to take my hat off, and Teddy did a nice job of hooking everything in. Gio fine-tuned it yesterday. I have never heard the radio production as clear as a bell. Even Ken, who's been doing this for over 30 years, says, that was interesting. And that in his language means I hadn't seen that. It was clear as a bell. There's no problem like with Zoom and all that. We don't have none of that nonsense going on. We are now ready to take on the next platform. Wait till you see what's coming. You're going to see some live takes today on commercial outs. A lot of stuff going on. We got a little music in the background. By the way, your show today was terrific. I want to participate more in your show. We talked about different music. My partner here was so busy, but normally she's a chatterbox when it comes to music. And she knows, and there's a lot of history in this country, and it's based through our music, and we don't even know that.
A lot. Everything is based in history. Yeah, because we had so many guests lined up for today's show, I had to get all the elements sent over to our board so they could have everything uploaded for that.
Really nice. I was touching base on this thing in Beirut. Over 4,000 people were hurt. Over 40 people were killed. This is what happens when you have 270,000 pounds of fertilizer in a warehouse with fireworks next door. And that's what happens. And it looked like a nuclear explosion. My first inclination was who
bombed it, and it was nobody did. It was self-contained.
You know, there's a lot of reason why that stuff was there, but everybody, including Israel, has offered to come in and do a national, in the United States, Trump says, we'll do whatever we got to do to help the people there. Ships, whatever you need, let us know. I don't know what's going to happen with that, because relationships in that part of the world have always been...
Makes you nervous, because you know those are chemicals, and you know there are people exposed to chemicals, massive amounts of chemicals. So that's the dangerous side of what it is, bigger than the explosions. What are the long-lasting effects? I mean, look at 9/11, the long-lasting effects of everyone that inhaled everything from that accident, and nuclear power plants, the long-term effects of what that is. Unfortunately, and I hope to God there aren't any, but I fear that there might be from all of those chemicals.
It can be. You know, it's really funny. I tried to get into 9/11 to dig. And there were 3 camps you had to go through before they allowed you on. I went with a friend of mine. He went in. They took him. He was a big guy. He was like a monster. Me, I was a puny guy, but I had a shovel. And I said, listen, I got the only shovel Home Depot had. Can I get in there to dig? And they looked at me and something. They said, no, you got to go home. And I wasn't allowed on site. I got to the second camp, and then I was sent home. But then it must have been God looking over my shoulder, because unfortunately, my brothers and sisters that went down there, a lot of them have died or gotten sick on this thing. Can you imagine? My mother said to me once, you weren't supposed to be there. You were supposed to be here. And that's why they didn't let me in. But you're right. There's a lot of bad stuff going on.
I got to tell you, what's going on right now, how anyone can actually keep their head above water and smile continuously, God bless you. Because just when you think you can get past one thing, and you're going, and you're just dealing with what you're dealing with above the rim in our normal society now, boom, another speed bump. And then another speed bump, and you think, oh my goodness, like, why? So I know there's no answers, but you know what? All you can do is keep your head up and keep going.
Look for the silver lining.
And look for gratitude is what I can say. You know, if every day you can say a little bit of gratitude, one thing, what do you always tell me? When you wake up, you've got 2 blessings right there. You woke up for the day, and there are your eyes, and you put your feet on the floor, and you got 2 blessings. And if everything in your house is calm as it is, you got 3 blessings. And if we hold on to that little bit of gratitude a day, when the world starts to try to beat you down a little bit more,
Well, and think of it this way. Our first responders are dealing with this mess again. It's going through them again, and they're getting sicker and sicker. How long can you go on treating those that are ill without being affected yourselves? Now, there's a new problem now with senior homes that I just heard about as well. The bottom line is this. You sort of have to take what's going on around you and stop arguing with everything else you can't control. Control what you can control, and don't worry about what you can't. If you can't control it, it's no reason to get upset about it. You just can't control it. You think that screaming, ranting, and raving is going to make a difference. Look at history. It doesn't work that way. Be smart about what you're going to do. Pick right. If you know you shouldn't be in a crowd that has no mask and they're not equally distanced or anything else, don't go in there. It's really simple. You may not believe about masks. Just don't. It's not going to kill you not to do it that one time. This is what I say. If you don't do it one time, it's good. You cleaned your car yesterday. You see how much dirt?
Oh my God.
See how much dirt you got out of your car?
Have you ever cleaned the steering wheel in your car? I keep these wipes, and they're around the studio. I found little packs at the grocery store, so I keep one in my car, and I just wipe the steering wheel. Now I wipe it every day. There's still, every day, something else comes off. Now, thankfully, it's not as disgusting as it was the first time I did it, but still, you go, oh my gosh, this is just, I can't even believe what I find.
And if a female drives the car or is in the car every day, please wipe it down. If it's a guy, you get away with every other day.
I have to tell you, though, I'm excited about some new platforms. Teddy, let me know when our guest signs in. I spoke with Pamela Chanel, our West Coast production. We're East, California Dreamin' Media, and we are working.
California Media Productions.
California Media Productions.
Our West Coast affiliate, our new studio in California. Why is that so difficult?
A lot of words.
A lot of words.
But anyway, she's going to be doing an interview with one of our sponsors over on the East Coast tomorrow on WNN Radio. And we're talking about not only is it airtime and production, she's a coach, she's a business coach, about a strategist. Well, I like to call her strategist. How to take business X, give them the production side that we do, and give them the business strategy sides, not just of production, they're on air and they do it, but how do you level up your business? What strategies do you need? How do you take accountability for what you're doing? You need that accountability partner, the branding side of it, all of that has to go and grow continuously. Every day you have to brand. So I'm happy to be in partnership with her on that one. And got another show we're working on, What Your Friends Don't Tell You. So that would be...
Oh, I heard about that.
That would be
that's interesting.
My demographic and not yours. It was an idea I had driving in yesterday morning.
Excuse me. That is not true.
What?
It is men's demographic, because it's a men demographic too.
You think?
Who do you think you people live with?
Oh, you want to participate in this idea?
You know, Lenny.
I'm serious.
Lenny, if you're with your girlfriend and she has some physical ailments, like that time of the month, don't you think that you should have something to say about it too? Yeah. I mean, you're the one getting beat up. Yeah, I disagree. I think men have a big part of that.
So I have this idea, What Your Friends Don't Tell You, and it's kind of gearing towards, we can gear it to other questions as well. Menopause and those things that happen after.
Can we ask questions?
You can. I didn't realize you'd want to be. So
Are you kidding?
I was thinking who would want to host. I didn't think you'd want to be part of it, but someone texted me yesterday.
I don't need to host. I just would like to participate in the questioning of it.
And we're working on some nutrition with Natalia Levy and psychology, a mental health component of it, and looking to bring in some doctors and ideas, because the more people we talk to, and maybe in every age group, the things your friends don't tell you, again, it's back to that suffering and silence. You think nobody's going through this but you, and you realize everybody's going through it, just nobody is sharing it. So it's a little, I can't say it's edgy, it's just factual. It's just part of what life is.
No, it's kind of edgy.
You think it's edgy? Why?
It's because nobody's doing it.
Well, nobody's doing it, but everyone's going through it.
That's right. It's one of those things you don't want to talk about.
It's one of those things you don't want to talk about. So you sit home and you go, well, only me, and you realize it's not only me, and people say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for being honest. And that's kind of what we do. That's kind of what our platform is about. So we're going to see how that kind of plays itself out.
You know, it's funny. If you bring attention to a problem, then you're creating a solution, right? If you bring attention to something nobody wants to talk about, then you're either looked at as somebody who's a rebel or somebody who is negative. But if you resolve the problem, all of a sudden you walk on water. So I think it's something that should be addressed. I think it's long overdue. There's a lot of things that we're working in here, in my estimation, are long overdue. But we're going to bring it to you, and you're going to decide what you think, and you're going to tell us.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got Nelsia Rome joining us. She's an author talking about the spiritual side of teachers, mind, body, spirit, what it's like to be a teacher right now. This book is so timely. She's a school teacher. She's going to be joining us. I'm not sure if she's at the school or at home, but we're going to find out. We're going to send it over to Valerie and then take a quick commercial break.
Hi guys, I'm here to talk to you about Don Pablo Coffee. This segment is brought to you by Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters. Their coffee is so good, it'll keep you guys energized all day. Remember, keep some sunshine in your cup.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
That was a big hit in the
Come
day.
on, baby, light my fire. You like it?
Yeah.
Switch it up a little bit.
We
Maybe
stepped
a
it
little
up.
spicy. You know, I had to put that picture behind Freddie and not me, or I'd look like a part of the picture between my dress and that. We had to go a little. Did you notice how we did that? Accidentally is all I can say. Otherwise, Freddie, I'd look like I'd be a head inside that picture.
Now I want to also, Slick, work this camera so we can get real quick before we go to the guests, so we can distribute this stuff because everybody wants to eat. This is Wonder Sweets. This we did Fuego today, and Wonder Sweets had this beautiful array of stuff. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
He's got away with words.
So you do it.
Stuff.
You do
Stuff.
it.
Sweets.
Sweets.
Latin sweets.
Flan, red velvet cake.
Flan, we got flan, we got cannolis, red velvet cake. What is this, like a little tiramisu? I'm not sure what that is. With all
Whatever
the
it
dollops.
is, we gotta have some.
I feel like it's the same ingredient as flan, but it's like made a different way.
It's good. It's got like a flaky crust in it. There's flan, cannolis, red velvet cupcakes, and a bunt, as you call it.
A bunt from the movie, a broken cake.
A bunt.
A bunt.
Cake.
They also have cinnamon rolls, eclairs, chocolate chip cookies, Boston cream pies, tres leches, vanilla flan, you name it, they got it. They're at 914-421-2958. We're going to have the owners on the show,
They're local, actually.
and they do diabetic sweets. That's the one thing I am all in,
The perfect cake. They're located right here in Boca.
the perfect cake. I don't care what it is, as long as it's diabetes free, meaning no sugar, I'm all in, baby.
Wonder Sweets Bakery on Instagram.
Wonder Sweets
Check
Bakery.
it out.
You got to check this out.
All right, guys, we're going to dig in. I know Val's waiting for some. I think we've got some silverware in the back, so we're going to dig in. We're going to get ready.
We're going to distribute.
We're
Let's
going
talk
to bring
to our
Nelsia
guests.
over. We've got Nelsia Rome joining us. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'd say good morning, but good afternoon to you. Are you at
Well,
home or
it's
at school?
actually still morning for me here in Colorado.
Ah, it's still morning in Colorado. Okay, good morning to you then.
Well, good afternoon to you.
Has school started yet?
No, actually, we're getting ready to get started here in a couple weeks. Teachers are back though. We're getting our classrooms ready. We're in teacher in service. We're doing, a whole bunch of stuff. We actually next week have a whole week called COVID Readiness Week where we're getting ready, COVID ready, so to speak. Yeah, to welcome kids back.
And what grade do you teach?
I teach 5th grade.
And the kids are coming back. Are there different things, everything that's put in place?
Oh yes, lots of different procedures, lots of different things put in place. They're coming back wearing masks. They're still fine tuning a lot of these little things. We've got to make sure that they do kind of a pre-screening in the morning before coming to school, temperature check and all that other stuff. And then, we've got to make sure that they're sitting, at least 3 feet apart for us. And, washing of hands, just a lot of little things put in place to ensure that they come back safely. Because we want kids to be back. We want to be able to interact with them. We want to be able to meet their emotional and social needs. And honestly, this is the reason for coming back. It's that emotional, social well-being of kids that we want to be able to meet and take care of, and that's why we're bringing them back. Honestly.
And how many kids
Yeah.
do you have in your class?
So, to be honest, I don't know what my numbers are yet personally, but I would say within my school or even in our district, you can have anywhere between 15 to 30 kids in one classroom.
So you're going to have a very big classroom to hold 30 kids at 3 feet apart.
Yes.
Very large
You're going
span.
to need a football field. How's that gonna work?
Probably.
I don't know how
We
it's
will
gonna-
make it work. Teachers are like wizards. We have the magical way of making things work out and doing the impossible. That's our superpower. It is.
Today's going to be Superpower Day, and you wrote a spectacular book, not even during this situation, but your timing is perfect for this book to come out. Tell us about your book. It's called Living Your Best Teacher Life, A Teacher's Guide to Health,
Yes.
Wellness, and Wholeness.
Oh, yes. Oh, this book, this is my baby. This is my passion project, And I wrote this book from the perspective of my own struggles, the challenges that I faced as a teacher. When I first migrated to the United States, I don't know if you shared that with your audience before coming on, but I'm an immigrant. I'm originally from the Caribbean, and I taught in the Caribbean. I taught kindergarten, 1st grade. And then I migrated to the United States in 2009 with my husband and my 2 sons. And this was a completely new and different environment for me, unlike I had ever experienced before. And so when I came into the United States and I came into the teaching profession, I was thrown for a loop. That's putting it mildly. I had so many things thrown at me. I didn't know how to manage. I didn't know what to do. I felt inadequate. I felt like I couldn't do this job. And I left my home country being a teacher that was highly sought after and highly recommended. And I was very confident in what I was doing and knew that it was my calling. But suddenly I came to this new environment and I started questioning my abilities and what I could do without even realizing that this is so normal and so natural when you're out of your comfort zone. I came from teaching kindergarten and came into teaching fifth grade, and that was a huge difference. And for me, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't do this job. And then to top it off, I didn't take good care of myself. So I wasn't being mindful about what I put in my body. I didn't value exercise. So I wasn't doing any of the things that could help support me in this new transition. And so I found myself in a really sort of dark place, if I, for lack of a better term, where I wasn't doing well, I was struggling, and I almost wanted to quit my passion. And then one day it just dawned on me, it came to me, and there's a whole new story behind that, and I wouldn't take the time to go into that, but I came to this realization that, okay, you can teach, you do have the abilities, but you just need to put a few things in place to help support what you're doing. And so
What
the
things
first
did you
thing
need-
that kind of,
Yeah, what did you need to put in place? Because you talk about nutrition and exercise, but also
and those were,
what's going on in your mind. Your mindset is what changes everything. What we were just talking
yes.
about before this.
oh yes. So that's where the shift began to happen. The shift took place when my mindset began to change. And that came through reading books and articles and just engaging in other things that really led to that. So I began to think, no, there's something that I could do. And so I got this impression, no, you need to start exercising. You need to have a daily routine. You need to take care. My big thing, the big aha was self-care. You need to put self-care first and foremost. And if you put self-care first, then everything else is going to fall into place. It does not mean that the challenges won't be there. It does not mean that there won't be struggles or things that might, just throw you for a loop. But it means that you will have what it takes to be able to deal with it in a manner that will lead to success and not lead to failures.
And this is
so
the one thing, Nelsia, this is what I find interesting, is cleansing your mind. Comparison will steal your joy. And I think that's bigger than just for teachers. And you scroll through social media, I think your book has a bigger impact than you even realize, because when we compare ourselves to others on social media, even people that are within the same career, the same town, the same clothes, somehow they're always better than you are in your mind.
Oh, I will tell you, in the teaching profession, teachers compare so often, so much more than we know. I'm comparing little things like even this, because we were getting our classrooms ready. I have friends and other teammates in other schools who they're all set and ready. Their classrooms are up and they've got it well decorated. Everything is in place, and I'm still unpacking boxes. And the tendency is there to compare, oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get it together? Why can't I get my act together? And so teachers do that all the time. We compare our students. If another teacher, their students are doing amazing on test scores or they're performing really well, and our students aren't performing as well, then sometimes we tend to think, well, what is wrong with me? And I went through a lot of that in my early years teaching here in the United States. I did not get good test scores, and I didn't get a lot of, I didn't do a lot of things that my other teammates did. And I wondered, what is wrong with me? And so I had to change this mindset and think, no, because I don't know if you read, I'm sure you've read through the book and you saw parts where I talked about someone's beginning, maybe another person's ending, or in the middle. So we're all at different stages in our teaching profession. And in a building, you'll have teachers who are experts at what they're doing and others who are still very novice in their practice. And we can't compare those, And so often we always compare ourselves to those who are much better than we are or doing better than we are. And it's not fair, because we need to go through our own journeys step by step so that we can achieve what we want. And that is something I had to learn. And when it finally clicked for me, oh my goodness, it was a game changer.
And when
I was a kid and I went to school, my parents didn't speak English. So here I am with my my kindergarten teachers all the way to 9th grade. I'll go up to that high. And here I am thinking, wow, this person in front of me listens to me. They are helping me speak. I had a problem with the word yellow. I would say jello. So the teacher brought my mother in, and she tried to explain to her I was listening Spanish, trying to talk in English and everything else, but teachers were my hero. So when I found out that teachers were people, I was shocked. My
Yes,
sister
we
is a
are people.
teacher. My cousins, I got 200 teachers in the Board of Education in my family. All of them were touched by what you people do in your first responder, what you're doing, you're facing the fire. There is no words that I can use to express. That's why when we had the teachers here and the awards and all that,
Right.
I was astounded. But I didn't realize that teachers were people until I got older. And my sister says, you know, Freddie, she's a teacher. She's a human being. She's not a human being. And we got into an argument. That teacher is Superwoman or Superman. They are the best. They are amazing, amazing. And then I didn't have a word until I came up with people. So that you are shocked. I'm I'm having flashbacks here all of a sudden. I could tell you the day that I found out that teachers were people. I could tell you the day. Because to me, the impact that a teacher has, they're in your life longer than anybody during the day. They teach you. They listen. If you cry because an assignment didn't work, they listen. I left my homework one day, and Mrs. Goldstein said, don't worry, Freddie, I'm going to pass you. You get an A. Everybody was in uproar. Wait a minute. But how do you know he did it? She says, I will bet you $1,000 he did it. She called my mother. They found it. I left it home. But teachers were people, man. They have been there for everybody, through everything. And they still are. And I look at you, and I see the excitement of what you do. We need more of that. That's what we need more of.
Yes. And you know, Fred, that is the central message of my book for teachers. So they understand, hey, no matter how terrible you think you are at this job, no matter how much you may struggle with it, no matter how many things you think, well, you're not doing great, you are making a difference.
Yeah.
When you work with kids and you teach kids, they look up to you. They look up to us. They think we've got superpowers. We can make things magically disappear and reappear. We can make things happen that they didn't think could happen. And so in the eyes of a student, we are like their heroes. And we've got to keep that in mind, not for self-gratification, but really to remind us that we are making a difference. And if you could do your job with this mindset that you are a difference maker, then it totally changes the perspective for you. You begin to see things from a different perspective. And that's one of the messages that I hope teachers can gain if and when they do read my book. Yes.
We just got to get the book out to them. And you have an e-copy. I was able to get the e-copy of the book. But you said love is the answer.
Yeah.
We produce a show on Fridays called the Florida Love Show. And it's about just
Nice.
sharing love and thanking. And it's a thank you. He gives out red roses. And this is actually from Fridays.
Because there are hundreds of roses, hundreds of roses a day.
Wow.
It's an amazing aspect
That's
of what
awesome.
he does.
But he says love is the answer. It's all about love. And some of these kids, that's the essential thing they're missing from home. I don't know if you're in a Title I school, but some of them are just not even getting that same nurturing love.
Every first day of school, did you guys ever bring your teacher a gift?
No, you do.
Wow. Wow. Come on, really? Anything.
We get gifts on the last day, or
The
we
last
get
day.
gifts during
First day,
Christmas.
I'm going to tell you a story. My mother told me, start the year right. And I used to bring a gift every first day, never the last, the first day.
Wow.
And what an impression that made. There was a box, I'll never forget, it was this big, and I brought it in because my brother had to help me carry it, it was too big for me. Second grade. And I gave it to Mrs. Goldstein.
I'd love to see a picture of you in second grade.
Oh my goodness gracious, you should have, I made the school newspaper. They talked about this is
Wow.
appreciation day. They blew this thing. I was embarrassed. But my mother says, now she knows your name.
Wow.
And that's what separated me. And I have never, when my kids went to school, I gave them, this is for your teacher. Why? Don't say why, say thank you. And you give it to them. And watch what happens. You know, they're people.
Your mom's an amazing lady.
Oh, my mother was the best. They're people. You ever
Yes.
take a rose to your teacher? You ever take a flower?
I give them with my presents.
You know, I love this message that you're sharing. I really love this because teachers need more parents and more people like you who appreciate what we do and who see the value in what we do. And I think that's one of the things that is lacking in our world today. So many parents, so many people in our communities, in our societies, do not value teachers. They see us as glorified babysitters.
Yes.
Sorry. And so, but we are people with feelings, and we just go through so much. I mean, teaching and impacting a life is huge. It is a tremendous job. It's a noble profession. It's one like no other. And definitely teachers really need that support and encouragement. And that's kind of like what I hope to have to do with this book, is to give teachers that encouragement, support, and motivation they need to keep doing this job, because too many of our excellent teachers are quitting the profession, and that makes me really sad.
You know what I would love to do, Nelsia? We have a kids network that airs on Saturday mornings. It's 9 a.m. our time. But maybe, and it's a Saturday, but maybe once you get back to school, maybe we can do a recording of you and your kids, even from the back, because I know of all kinds, the rules and regulations, of just a hi, I'm back at school, welcome back, and we can put a little clip
We can
together.
do teachers of people too. I got so many.
Absolutely.
I got so many war stories. I have gotten. My sister will tell you, because she was a Head Start manager. She actually ran Head Starts in New York City. But I will tell you stories when I was coaching football, how I went against everybody, every parent, because it was all about them, nothing given back to the teachers. And I didn't understand that. It makes no sense to me not to give the part that's giving every day, because teachers never get a day off.
Yeah.
Those plans that you do on the weekends and everything else, you got to change those books. And man, I'm going to tell you, don't get me started. I can give you war stories,
And
but
now
we
it's
should do
different.
something with all the teachers, put it on the
Yes.
Kids Network. Absolutely.
We would love to do that. How can
Oh,
people
yes.
get your book comes out when?
So actually, the book came out on July 21st. It's already been launched. It's available on Amazon. So you could just type in the title or my name, and it should come up. There's the ebook as well as the paperback copy, and it's very affordable, and it's worth every penny for any teacher who gets their hands on it.
And I got to tell you, what I love about Nelsia is she takes what she has and she invests back in herself. And I met her in that course that I took last week, and
Yes.
she's spectacular. She just, you maybe said to me yesterday, if you have a little bit, you live with less.
That's right.
Until you get what you're looking for, and she has put everything, her heart and soul, into this book. So
Thank
it's
you.
perfect timing,
Thank you,
teachers
Dawn.
and parents alike. Check this book out.
You got a home here. When
Yeah.
you come down, I'm going to give you a giant cupcake from this wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, you're going to get a cupcake every time I see you. You come. If you ever make it to Florida, we would do something in-house special, because I really
Absolutely.
admire what teachers do. I really do. You got a place in my
Thank
heart.
you.
Thank you, Nelsia.
And I have
Pleasure
to
to
tell
see you.
I have to tell you, Florida is my dream home to live in. So, I want to live in Florida so badly. So
Come on
hopefully
down.
someday I will.
Come on over. Awesome. Living Your Best Teacher Life. Nelsia Rome. You can find it on Amazon.com. It is spectacular. For all the teachers out there, you got the toughest job there is, and you're going. I think some schools opened actually today. We heard this morning. We were listening to the radio. Some of the private schools in our county opened today. So summer is over. Stay safe. Good luck. We'll stay in touch.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks so much, Nelsia. Best of luck. We're going to kick it over
Thanks.
to Lenny.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum, organically infused coconut and vanilla rum. So sweet, it's wicked smooth.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-2222. 1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561 876 1710.
Don't know how I'm feeling tonight, but I swear I'm fine. I'm broken inside. Don't know where I know I can hide. Don't know.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference. Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke? If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
The Gallery at the Theater, one of South Florida's best kept secrets.
And we're back, and I'm gonna tell you something. You hit my heart today, buddy. You are 10 for 10 today.
You're
Everything's
definitely this mush ball, love balls,
I
Ken
love,
calls you today.
I love the Beatles. You gotta remember, my brother, may he rest in peace, was a big Beatles fanatic. He knew about it before they came. He played that music every day. My mother used to sway with that stuff.
You definitely have lived life.
I love it. And this mush ball, you know,
This
people are
mush ball,
calling me
love ball?
mush ball now. Look at this.
Mush.
People are calling me mush ball in
Holy
the street. Thank you very
smokes,
much.
Freddie.
Look at
Mush
this.
ball, love ball.
Now, you see this, ladies and gentlemen? This is all courtesy
Of Wonder Sweets.
Wonder Sweets.
Wow. What is this crunchy thing?
It's a crunchy stuff.
Milojas.
Aloha to you too.
Aloha. Wow, this is unbelievable.
You see, I know you're salivating behind your mask, but you're still
Wow,
working.
Slick, did you get any?
Not yet. You guys can take. You don't have to wait for us. What do you think this is?
After I eat.
Of course, it's always after you.
Oh my
need
gosh.
dessert. Isn't that?
My grandmother always said eat dessert first. She said it doesn't make a difference. It all goes to the same place. So you may as well enjoy what you want first and then eat. That's what we always said.
Read that phone number for me because I can't see.
Phone number is 941-421-2958. Wonder Sweets Bakery on Instagram. Amazing.
Claudia, did they ask for anybody in particular when they called the number? The phone number.
Who did they ask for?
Who they asked for?
Corelli.
Pirelli. Ask for Pirelli and get
Corelli, like Carol.
like Carol Pirelli.
Like Carol. Wow, this
I don't
is
know
amazing.
Carol from Adam. get your groove on. I gotta tell you, we're gonna be talking to her about diabetic treats as well. But this is
Wow.
all good. And Lenny, if you want to get some, go get some.
Wow.
So
All I
don't
can
wait
tell
for
you
me.
is wow.
Pierre, if you want to get some.
We've got our next guest joining us. We've got Brenda Warren joining us. And she sent me her pitch. And I have to tell you, I'm really proud of Brenda. She definitely is an amazing woman, an inspirational story. Her pitch for isolation frustration, what it's like right now to be in isolation. Good afternoon, Brenda. How are you?
Good afternoon. How are you and Freddie doing today?
You look spectacular. This woman is part of my
you.
class that I took last week also. I met amazing people. And I'm going to let her share her story. And it all started by walking in her driveway.
Really?
Yep. All right.
Yes,
Brenda,
walking in my
share
driveway.
Your story with us.
Well, it all started about a year ago when I was overweight, frustrated, and tired of the way things were going. And I got out in my driveway and just started walking. I've lost 51 pounds, started making videos and encouraging other people to do the same. And that's how I became the voice of the voiceless and the solutionist.
She's a solutionist.
And I started coaching other people on how to do it.
And your background is how many years you were in military? 20 plus?
I'm a retired Marine, 20 plus years, yes.
Which is
And I went on to be a director in a hospital. And now I am a Pattern for Living coach. And I help other people become the best version of themselves through a mind, body, and soul approach.
What I love so much about Brenda, besides you look spectacular on TV and you talk in sound bites, so you are like so TV ready to be doing this, and your pitch is spectacular in what it is.
Thank you.
20 plus years in military, and people look at you and go, oh, she's got it all together. She's had a great life. She's living a pension, and you know what? Look at her. She's beautiful. But in fact,
Well,
that's not
thank
the
you.
case.
No, I think that people will look at you and they see you in your now. They don't understand that you may be dealing with stuff. And that's what I want to let everyone know. You see me today, I look all put together, but I was diagnosed with PTSD in 2011. I wouldn't tell my family about it. I didn't tell my friends. And in 2013, I crashed and burned. And after crashing and burning, I hid in my house for years. And now I'm ready to step out and begin to let my voice be heard so that I can be the voice for the voiceless. And that's why I thought it was important to come on today and talk about isolation frustration.
What is isolation frustration?
Isolation frustration is when people throw caution to the wind because they're tired of being locked down and engage in risky behavior that doesn't serve them. But there's a few people that want to find ways, more positive ways to deal with the isolation frustration, and that's where I come into play and help them do that.
And just 15 minutes a day walking in her driveway led her to losing 51 pounds.
Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
That's the first thing. The second thing, the impression I get is that that Marine background that you have is deeply embedded. I feel it. I feel that strong side of you. Something must have happened. But I see and I feel a very strong, determined woman. And the bottom line here is, and I know it's important, and we've had this discussion on the set 100 times. I know about the weight. Honey, I lost 78 pounds.
Whoa.
I was
Outstanding.
I was in ICU. I shouldn't even be here. Okay, so I am in God's borrowed time, as they say. And I am down. I gotten down as far as 190 pounds from 280 pounds. But the bottom line here is that the message you deliver is an everyday message. Yes.
Yes, it's an everyday message, encouraging people to live their best lives. You know, we only have now, and I encourage my clients to live in the now, which is no opportunity wasted. And that's why I came up with the term of isolation frustration, as people kept coming to me expressing their desire to find more creative ways to deal with the pandemic requirement to stay indoors. And I've come up with several, what I call creative ways to do that, by like creating a space for gratitude, hone your cooking skills and maybe create a cooking show, archive photos. For couples, I encourage them to do date night, get in some meaningful touching, practice communication skills by writing letters, notes. There's a lot of fun things families can do during this time to really engage and benefit from this downtime that we have right now, as opposed to feeling sorry for ourselves or just staying indoors getting depressed.
You've got such a positive spin on it.
Well, before you go there, I want to play a little devil's advocate, because there are some people out there and they're watching. I want to play a little devil's advocate with you, because
Okay.
I respect your opinion on these certain subject matters that I can't answer. But you have kids having to go back to school. That weighs on parents' mind. So that's the first one. Kids going back to school, how do you handle that pressure as a parent, that you have to be quarantined in your home, allegedly, and you have to have your kids go to school? How do you handle that pressure?
Well, that's where my faith philosophy comes in. And it's an acronym for the word safe. And the first thing I do is I say, stay positive. You have to look at what the positive aspects of this are and focus on that. And then you're going to assess. Assess what's going on and what's happening right now with going back to school. How do you keep your child safe? How do you keep yourself mentally in line with what's going on? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to focus. We're going to focus on first things first and ensure that we're not living in the fear. We're going to face the fears and we're going to rise up to beat it.
I know.
And then the E, we're going to eat right and we're going to exercise so that we fuel our bodies and our minds, so that we are keeping our stress levels down. And outside of being safe, we're going to put all that together to help us form a mindset that's going to allow us to take our time, take a deep breath, and really look at the big picture. Our lives are right now in an unprecedented upheaval. And we have to make sure as parents that we give a positive spin on what's going on so that the kids can be more calm and positive. Because if we don't, we're going to be living in fear, and that's not going to do anybody any good.
I love this lady.
I know you would love this lady.
Unbelievable. Do you know that what you just said took me 4 years to talk to people about, but you bring it out eloquently because it makes sense. I'm scattered. I'm all over the place. But never, never live in fear. Because when people panic, they sense it. Your children, you are your role model, whether you like it or not, for your children. They're going to feed off your fear. And that's when it gets a little bit complicated.
And that's the really hard part right now, is that we're all feeding off of each other's fear. That's why I get up on a day. Wednesday is Wellness Wednesday for me. And I try every day to come up with something positive to get people thinking about what we have going on, where gratitude comes in the most. Right now, I'm grateful that you have me on the show. I'm grateful that you allowed me to give the safe philosophy. I'm grateful that we are learning to deal with this new environment in ways that are going to be positive for all of us.
I love this. You know, she could be on 5 days. You know, I don't know where you've been, but we need more of you, is really
You're
what
in
it comes
North
down
Carolina,
to.
aren't you? Are you in North Carolina?
Yes, I'm in Goldsboro, North Carolina.
I'll went through the hurricane and everything.
It took the hurricane to bring her. I gotta tell you, we need more of you. This is the voice of reasoning. We need more of that out there, not less, but more.
And Brenda's working on opening a foundation. She's working with her son.
Yes, we're working on, the program is called the Project WORM, and WORM stands for Working on Redefining Myself. It's a program to help encourage transgender youth to be their authentic selves and to let them know that God loves them.
Gotta love this whole thing.
So I connected her with Joyce.
That's 2 for 2 today. You're 2 for 2 today.
And 2 for 2.
I'm gonna tell you, Brenda, you got my attention. Whatever you want to do, I'm all in. You all in? We're all in.
Thank you.
Because I tell you, we could use a whole lot more Brenda right now with things that are going on today. You just lit up my whole day
It's important to me to do a positive message because we have so much negativity going on that if we can spread a positive message, help bring down a lot of the collective negativity that we have going on in our country right now, I think that's really, really needed.
She's a spectacular lady, right? Just started with walking 15 minutes. But you know what? You showed up. You made that first investment in yourself, and you said, I gotta get out of my house. She was housebound for years, for no other reason than her mind put her there.
Well, she also
And now look.
brushed it off, and she's back with a vengeance. You know, it's funny. We have kids. I call them my kids in studio. They're producers. I don't even consider them interns. I consider them producers. These are tomorrow's minds here today. And I've tried to explain to them exactly the words that you describe. You don't live in fear. You take advantage of who you are. If I could keep them in here and not let them out, I would love it. Because I'm going to tell you, I am so proud of what they bring. Because I remember I didn't have anybody give me a shot at doing all this. Nothing. I didn't have none of that. I've had over 3,000 jobs. Nobody gave me a shot. But you know what? I brushed it off and I said, here we go. And we keep going. And we create exactly what you did. Not under your circumstances, which seems a whole lot more physical and mental stuff going on there. But at the same time, you're back. You're stronger than ever. I'm all in.
And
Whatever
you are
she
an
wants to do.
inspiration. You actually inspire me this weekend to come up with a new tagline for our production house. Because of your voice
what
for
was
the
that?
voiceless, you inspired
Right,
me,
okay.
Natalia Levy, who's also in our course, and we got together this weekend with Freddie, and we are now Amp Media Productions Amplify Your Impact. So it is because
And I would
of
just
your...
like to say, also is that we talked about this in our training, that when I got the diagnosis of PTSD, I walked in shame for years. I wouldn't even let anybody know that I had it. And it was recently that I realized that I was allowing that diagnosis to keep me housebound and afraid to come out. So I had to change the meaning of PTSD for myself. And I changed that meaning to planning to show up daily. So now I plan every day to show up daily as my best self, regardless of how I feel, what I think, it doesn't matter. It just matters that I show up, that I'm the voice for the voiceless, for all those military people or regular people that are no longer able to speak for themselves. I want to be that voice. No more unnecessary silence is on my watch. My mission is to be the voice for the voiceless.
How do people find you? You take individual clients, or do you have support groups?
Yes, take individual clients. I'm doing support groups, and they can contact me at my So Real. It's like sewing, SEWREAL 2037 at yahoo.com.
Awesome.
Or they can find me as
Spectacular
Brenda
lady, right?
Warren on Facebook, or on Instagram as Brenda Warren 2037.
But we want to do more with you, Brenda. We're going to talk about putting some stuff together because I got to tell you, phenomenal. The message, you lit up my day today because I'm going to tell you, I was having a rough morning since 6 o'clock this morning. You lit me up, and there is a tomorrow. You know, it's funny. We light a candle. We have a candle that we light in here every day to let people know that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And if you can see that candle, you're going to be all right. You know what? Today, you're the candle.
Well, thank you for allowing me to be the candle, and I'll leave y'all with life is choice driven.
Amen.
The choices you make today will be the reality you live tomorrow. Just choose wisely.
Brenda, you just gave me the chills. You are amazing. Thank you so much
Thank
for joining
you.
us. We'll touch base after the show.
All right, y'all take
Stay
care.
safe. Fantastic.
I love 2 for 2.
I'm 2 for 2.
Bye-bye.
We're coming up.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Brenda.
Man, that was nice. Very nice job. Very nice.
All right, before we hit commercial break, we're going to kick it over to Dignity Memorial.
Teddy.
Over to Teddy.
Wouldn't it be good to have a mic? Hi guys, this segment of the Brooklyn Cafe was brought to you by Dignity Memorial, specifically their funeral benefit services, where if you have a company with all your employees, add on to your health benefits, your dental benefits, get funeral benefits. They get 10% off all cremation services, off of all cemetery services, travel funds for friends and family, and a whole lot more. All you have to do is go to either dignitymemorial.com or dignitymemorialfuneralbenefits.org, and you can get all that information.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Mark Dane's paintings are custom designed specifically for your space. Each design will not only illuminate your space, but will also function as a truly unique light painting. Each piece is handcrafted using various dichroic glass shapes mounted at precise angles on a metal or wood panel. A specific integrated light source strikes the glass shapes to produce a combination of highly saturated colors. The light paintings can be customized to any shape, practically any size, and in any color combination. They can be configured to produce in excess of 5,000 lumens and may be placed on a table, a pedestal, in a niche, or hang on the wall. Come to the gallery at the theater and talk to Mark about placing a piece of his art in your home.
Memorabilia from some of the world's most iconic names in sports and entertainment history. So come on over, enjoy a cup of coffee, and experience the magic of the gallery at the theater. Located at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard in Suite 13. Or give us a call at 888-994-4995. Not all CBD products are made the same. Here at your CBD store, our trained and highly educated staff can help recommend the perfect products for you. Stop in and see for yourself at one of our locations in Pembroke Pines, West Boca, Boynton Beach, or Singer Island. Or call us today at 561-437-1080. Again, that's 561-437-1080.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Chicken to chicken.
Dancing cheek to cheek. I don't know the name of it. I just know that lyric. Is that what it is? Dancing cheek to cheek?
Cheek to cheek.
There you have it. I
Beautiful
know. Teddy
music
goes,
by
"How do you
Mr.
do that?"
Lenny, aka NBA. It's funny because she was so busy today, and you missed out on the history
I
of
didn't
the
miss
music.
out, but now you understand what I was doing, right?
You know what? I will stay. Whoop.
Lining up some spectacular guests. These ladies are spectacular. We have another amazing guest joining us, all the way from California, a future superhero. We've got Yuri Williams. This man he takes his favorite childhood superhero and he goes and he gives back. He helps raise awareness for children with cancer and gives back to the community. And you have some national acclaim, my friend. Welcome.
Good evening. Good morning. How you guys doing?
How are you doing? He's all the way out in California.
Yeah. I'm good.
Tell us about your story, a future superhero.
Well, the nonprofit began 2009 when I lost my mom with cancer. 8-year battle. And after she passed away, I was in a rough place for about 5 years. So, I said, one day I just said, I can't live like this, So I came up with the idea to dress up as superheroes and visit the homeless, elderly, ill children, and just uplift people.
And you've got some amazing attention. I think we have a
Yeah.
video that they're going to play. So your favorite superhero is Spider-Man, I see. Is it Spider-Man?
Yes.
And he goes around as a giant grown-up Spider-Man. And you go visit hospitals. And tell us about your platform.
Well, I've done a 50-state tour twice, visited the hospital, elderly, started with the homeless, just wanted to spread my love and uplift as many people as I can.
And how does this get funded? Do you have, I know you're a foundation. Do people make donations? Because you have been 50-state tour twice. You've been on Steve Harvey. You've been on, here's some of his pictures. Amazing what you've done. Take a look at this clip. We can't play the music because we don't own the rights to the music.
Right.
But so many people you've helped.
Yeah, I've helped over 100,000 people. And I want to get to 1 million and just keep on doing this for the rest of my life. I found my calling and this is it.
How long have you been doing this?
All my life, but on this level, probably since my mom passed away.
2009, so it's been quite a while.
2009, yeah.
I love this.
He's done 2 50-state tours.
2 50-state tours? Holy smokes.
Yeah, we came through New York. We did the 48 states, drove through all of them. And the last 2, we flew through Alaska and Hawaii.
You drove through all of them. Oh my goodness. How long did that take you?
I want to say it was 24 days.
Wow.
That was fast.
Yeah. No, a good friend of mine that I call him my brother. We did it 2 times, and he's done it 9 times. So he's used to the drive. He only let me drive 2 times, but it was beautiful just seeing all the different sights and everything. Meeting new people.
It's really incredible what you're doing. And how do you find the different people, the different children and families that need help?
Through social media. I started with Instagram, and I just reach out there and I scroll through the photos and try to find children that are ill or elderly. Homelessness is the #1 thing out here in Los Angeles, so it's not hard to find. And the video right there, this gentleman lost his brother to the streets as well. They were both homeless, and when I first started, I would take a picture with the people in costume, and then the following week I would bring it to him. His brother passed away a week before that, and I was able to, give him that picture. And he didn't have a picture of his brother, but thankfully I took a picture with him and I gave it to him on Thanksgiving.
Just about giving back.
Very nice. I'm impressed the way you're doing it. I'm impressed the courageousness. What would you like if you had a magic wand? No pun intended. Sorry, Vinny. I had to borrow that. We got a show called No Pun Intended. You had a magic wand and you wanted tomorrow. What would tomorrow look like in your eyes? I'm curious.
Retire from my current job and just help people, be able to help people every day, and open up a foundation where I can have after-school programs to teach these kids the basic skills, because a lot of kids will not be able to attend college but I want to teach these kids the basic skills, like learning how to cook, how to iron, and doing the simple things in life that these kids aren't taught nowadays.
Interesting.
I gotta tell you, it breaks your heart when you realize how much these kids need, how many kids need love and lost their parents and homelessness and lack of funding, lack of food, lack of a proper home over their head, and just the basic needs we take for granted, many of us, that you don't realize the magnitude of what's going on to our kids.
And it's funny because we can find money for the most silliest things, or other countries or anything else. We just don't take care of our own. We had this conversation 4 years ago. There's a town in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, in Pennsylvania. I don't know the name of the town. And in this town, they live homeless in their cars. And it was the dead of winter. And ain't nobody going out there to help these people. These are Americans. These are us. And nobody went out there. And we brought this on the air, and we were asked not to air it because whatever the hell was going on, we weren't allowed to put it out there. But look at everything that we can do to help us. Why don't we have more money in education? Why don't we? There are kids, I heard 10% right now that are going to be staying home cannot do the virtual stuff. 10%.
Because they don't have access to it.
Because they don't have access. So you're going to tell me that we can give out funding for trillions? I do believe that's with a T, right? Is that the way you spell it? And we can't buy 10% to get our kids? Are you serious? I mean, this is why I tell you, Freddie for president. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'd rather be make a fool of myself, calling myself a president, because I got a logical thought. Why don't we take some of this money that we're putting everywhere around the world and bring it home?
Well, why don't we put some of the money that people put towards hate and actually put it towards doing something good?
It's like the guest before said, we're living fear and frustration, and we're living that among ourselves.
What is your regular day job? What do you do, Yuri?
I'm a correctional officer for 20 years in a mental health unit at probation.
What a job.
Wow.
What a job he has.
So you see it every day.
Oh yeah, every day. It's whatever you could think of, I've seen it, and they've come through.
Wow. How do people get in touch with you? How do they find you? Because your message is tremendous.
I have a website, www.afuturesuperhero.com or .org. You can find me on Instagram at The Future Superhero, and also Facebook at Yuri Williams.
And when are you coming back to Florida?
Hopefully, we're going to try to do that 50-state tour again during Christmas time, and then I can probably stop by.
Let us know. We're down in South Florida. We'd love to have you.
Okay.
We have a kids network, so again, back to our kids network. See what we can put together.
Oh,
with
absolutely. When you're in Florida, we got to sit down and talk, because I always wanted to do a superhero segment for kids. We have a pin that we were creating for kids with cancer in the hospitals and everything else. Imagine this gentleman participating in that and giving a little bit of hope to those kids in dire need. I mean, we hear the calling. We're right there with you. Whatever we can do to make it happen, you got our vote on this thing.
I wish I had a magic check that I could just give you through the TV right now, but one day we're actually going to have that magical check to send that over to you.
Maybe we do a fundraiser with Steve-O. Maybe we do a musical fundraiser with him.
Be fantastic.
It'll be the first call of action. I don't know if it'll work, but what the hell? Let's give it a shot.
I got to tell you, what you're doing, Yuri, between your day job and what you're giving back to all of these kids and families in homelessness, God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. Stay safe.
You too.
Very cool.
Where are we kicking it over to? Slick?
We're going to Slicky.
Kick it over to Slick.
This part of the Brooklyn Cafe is brought to you by your CBD store. And I know everybody's asking how we stay so slick in this pandemic, this crazy feel. But go to your CBD store. They have 4 locations in Pembroke Pines, Boynton, West Palm, and Boca. You don't have to actually go in. They do no contact delivery. So stay chill in this pandemic and visit your CBD store. Until next time.
Not all CBD products are made the same. Here at your CBD store, our trained and highly educated staff can help recommend the perfect products for you. Stop in and see for yourself at one of our locations in Pembroke Pines, West Boca, Boynton Beach, or Singer Island. Or call us today at 561-437-1080. Again, that's 561 437 1080.
Amy Minty combines the hilarity of For Better or Money, the eroticism of For Love or Sanity, the mystique of For Sink or Swim, and the suspense of For Sex or Revenge, making her fifth novel, For Strip or Gamble, her best to date. Get your copy at amyminty.com or amazon.com. Get yours now.
Dutch Designs and Events is a unique business providing an extensive range of beautiful floral arrangements. They have the power to bring your event or special occasion to life. Dutch Designs are available for any event or to open your business with a smile. All flowers are grown with organic compounds that enhance their fragrance and beauty. Call Dutch Designs at 561-419-8126 or visit their website at DutchDesignsEventPlanning.com. Call Dutch Designs at 561-419-8126.
They call me Don Pablo, and 20 years ago, I discovered my passion for great quality coffee. Today, we're roasting excellent quality coffee that's rich, smooth, and very complex. It's a taste that's new in the world.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Back. Make sure that camera's dual, please. And we're back.
And
That
we're back
was-
at the Brooklyn
Where,
Cafe.
where did you meet all of these guests that have been
Remember
on
I
today?
told you I don't really have enough hours in my day to do what I need to do? Because I'm
But how did you meet that gentleman?
somehow I found him on Instagram or Facebook or someplace, and I messaged him, and it took a little while for him to get back to me, but he got back to me, and scheduling in California with, our time change and his work schedule. But what a nice platform he has.
But the amazing thing is that they were actually, he actually is a corrections officer for the mentally unstable.
Yep.
And then he does this. This is like a tale of two cities. I mean, he's like a dual personality.
It's amazing, right?
Interesting. I'm
He
gonna tell you.
sees, he gives back. So far today's all about giving back. Maybe that's message of the day.
I tell you, Brenda lit me up today. And then
Did
you
she?
bring it in with the
Superheroes?
superhero, because we always wanted to do a superhero stuff as well. But Brenda lit me up. Everybody today has been outstanding. The teacher, holy smokes, she is like a ball of fire.
And we had one more who's another ball of fire. She's not feeling well, so we're going to reschedule. You spoke with her on Friday, so we're going to reschedule her for next week, Jennifer Grace.
Oh.
So she wasn't feeling great. She's actually in Fort Lauderdale. We were still doing it virtually, so we're going to reschedule for next week with her. This platform is really a great equalizer. We can bring people in from everywhere. It broadens the scope of who we can bring in and talk to. You see what is so far reaching from across our country and across the globe. People are doing spectacular
Are these from the
things.
group that you joined or no?
The gentleman wasn't, Yuri was not. The two ladies from today are, and Jennifer is as well.
The interesting thing is that this group is getting people ready for television. It's really funny because TV right now can use a little bit of content.
Content and
What's-
positivity.
What's going on right now on television is a lot of reruns because they can't get it right. Positivity, forget about it. If you can't deliver, then positivity is going to go out the window.
I got to tell you, if we could flood our airways, all our airways, with as much positivity as we've got negativity. Now, here's the thing. You and I always say you have to be specific or God gives you what they think you want. There's a whole new twist on positivity, right? There are positive numbers and positive spikes. Not that kind of positivity. A positive message for the world, for inspiration, for hope, for gratitude. And maybe in the morning, maybe on our morning show now, instead of tell me something good, which we can still do, give me one thing that everybody's grateful for. When you show up here in the day, Slick I know was all in, What is one thing you're grateful for every day?
Okay.
And it's going to change.
But can you find it?
You know what? If we can't find one thing we're grateful, what did he say? Socks?
You heard what he said? Yeah, you know how hard it is to get the right matching pair of socks for a guy?
Did
We always
Slick
have
say
one that
socks?
socks.
Slick's grateful for his socks. What are you grateful for?
Socks.
Lenny, what are you grateful for?
Music, right? Music's my thing,
you go.
right?
Music.
Vinny.
You're such a ham.
What are you grateful for?
Peace and quiet.
Nice.
But you don't get anywhere.
Pierre, what are you grateful for? That's a good question.
He's still trying to figure it
He's like Dylan. I mean, Slick is grateful for socks. Val, what are you grateful for? Huh? Family. Teddy? Family?
I didn't hear him.
Claudia? Being healthy. All right, we're going to ask your guests as well. What are you grateful for?
Wonder Sweets. And I wish I could eat these, but she makes diabetic. So don't be looking at my plate.
I'm not looking at your plate.
I'm going to tell you something. Don't be looking ever at my plate.
Did you see the way I picked everything around my plate? I don't think anyone quite eats dessert like I do.
You made a hole in the coat.
I took out the filling of the cannoli.
Are you serious? How do you do that?
With a fork, carefully.
So you
kinda
take
like-
all the fillings out, and you don't eat the. You know something? There's something seriously
No, I'm
wrong
eating
with
this next because it's a little bit messy. The flaky pastry you made, I don't know what that is, but it was like a phyllo dough in between custard and more custard and
A
this
what?
flakiness. Phyllo dough.
Phyllo dough. The hell is
I
that?
don't know if that's what they use, but that's what it's like a pastry.
Phyllo dough?
Pastry cream.
Pastry cream?
The pastry, there was the cream, it was like you know in Spanakopia.
You ever seen anybody take apart a pastry like this one? Yeah. You do the same thing?
No, not me. But I've seen it.
He's seen it. They watched me eat here long enough, but that was absolutely look, this is kind of like swirling spaghetti, and you just get a fork full of cream.
I'm not going there because you are swirling spaghetti too. Okay, so we got bakery, Wonder Sweets. In English, who are we going to talk to?
Yeah, you can talk to me or either.
Okay, that's fine because she says that English is not very sexy. So talk into your microphones. Coge el micrófono. Because I could do this in español too.
Okay.
Okay. To make you feel comfortable. Now, one of the things I am really impressed with, on your card, you have sizes of pans for people. Like a 14-inch pan will serve 50 to 60 servings.
Unless you're here.
What? I'm looking at the serving sizes.
Yeah.
That's 14 inches, right?
Yeah. Each side depends for how many people they cake for.
I gotta tell you, this makes it so much easier to order. Because you ever go somewhere and they tell you, well, how many people you're gonna have? And you tell them 5. And they says, oh, you need a 14-inch pan.
You have no idea. So remember we had our cake, our anniversary cake that J&D made?
Yes.
And they said, don't worry, we're just going to make you an 8 or a 9 inch.
Yeah.
To me, 8 or 9 inches is like this, and I thought it would be like a little cupcake. Mia brings a cake in. It may be a pan, but then you got the height of it, so that's where you get so many servings from.
You get 12 to 16 on an 8-inch.
Right? Who knew?
Now, you do all types of cakes. So you do wedding cakes, you do things of that nature too?
Yes. We can make for any occasion. We can make cake for birthday cake, wedding cake, anniversary cake, graduation, whatever.
How long have you been doing this?
3 years.
Where are you located? It says Boca. Do you have a storefront?
It's a home bakery. We are located here in Boca Raton.
You make all this at home?
Yeah, everything in my home.
Wow.
In your house?
Yes, in my kitchen.
In your kitchen.
You do all these orders from your house? How the hell do you do? Well, you must have a big
Sometimes
house.
I can't even open my to-go containers.
Forget it, you don't cook. You don't cook. You don't have a kitchen in your house. So let me get this right. If you get 100 orders, you do everything from the house.
Well, we can make some order, but now maximum is 4 each weekend because
Gotcha.
we can more
Can't
for,
do that
for
much.
our space,
Wow.
no?
Yes.
But we try make every time must.
Now I'm going to ask you a question, and I'll repeat it in Spanish, para que tú me entiendas. Have you ever heard of Dominican cake? Bizcocho dominicano.
Bizcocho dominicano.
Dominicano. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah. En español, hace unos meses tuvimos una orden dominicana.
You've had a Dominican order, okay.
Yeah.
Dominican cake. You know that flan? When I weighed, I picked it up. I said, boy, heavy.
Heavy.
It pesado. The flan she makes is to die for. I'm going to tell you, if you get the flan, you're going to love it. Dominican cake, for some reason, weighs 3 times more than anything else any cake I've ever seen. Why is it so heavy? And it's very moist. When you could squeeze a Dominican cake and all the juice comes out, I think it has rum in it, doesn't
Rum
it?
and milk, maybe? Is it like a tres leches?
¿Tiene rum el bizcocho dominicano?
Sí.
It does have rum.
Yeah.
So you like squeeze the sponge cake?
Yes, because
and
I
then
used to
you just
grab it and I used to
drink
go like this. But it is, and then I don't find it here. Yo no lo encuentro. I don't find it in Florida. In New York, in La Esquina, everywhere, they did Dominican cake. Not that I'm Dominican, I'm just saying I used
This
to
is the
love.
most popular. Yeah, everyone wants rum on the cake, but we can try use the rum just in the syrup because it's really heavy if you use the rum inside the mix, no? But it's really good just a little bit. It's just a taste, but it's really good.
And it's funny because rum cake has no rum in it.
Yes, it does. It just cooks out. It has to have rum in it.
I'm telling you.
We could use Wonder Sweet's rum cake.
In Colombia, we have a cake that we put liquor to. Is it?
Yeah.
Eh, ¿Cómo se llama?
Well, in my country is
Colombia rum cake.
no. Well, we usually call this cake is torta negra. It's
Torta
a cake
negra.
with a small fruit pieces with rum, but it's different than the Dominican bizcocho.
Do you know that thing they make with the fruit
For Christmas?
and they give it to everybody?
Get out of my head, yes.
What's that called?
A fruit cake.
A fruit cake.
They last for
And they put it in
eternity.
plastic.
They last forever.
And they air dry it or whatever, take the air
Val,
out.
have you ever regifted a fruit cake?
She doesn't even know what. Do you guys know what a fruit cake is?
It's
Have you
probably
ever
the
gotten
number
one?
one gift to re-gift on Christmas.
You ever gotten a fruit cake? If you got a fruit cake, think of it this way. 17 families for the last 17 years got the same cake.
You just pass it around.
So when
They
it came
live
to my
forever.
house, I ate it. I was the only idiot that opened it
And ate it.
and ate it. Michelle says, you're not supposed to eat it.
Pass it
You're
along.
supposed to pass it along. And I said, no, I'm eating it. And my God, was it dry. The fruit was like rocks.
It is like that chewy, hard fruit.
Oh my God, it's horrible. What is your favorite dessert that you make?
Oh my God.
Only one.
Only one.
Only one.
I don't think
Número
she got
uno.
talking to
El
the mic.
número
I
uno.
think so, it's
Háblate del
the-
micrófono.
I think so. My favorite is mil hojas. Is the
flaky one.
it's a pastry cream with a special dog.
That was the one you had here that
hojaldre.
looked beautiful.
Yeah.
That's your
Oh,
favorite.
I gotta tell you, I think
with
that might be
dulce
mine
de
too.
leche on top is delicious.
Better than tres leche?
Yes.
Really?
Tres leche too.
You ate it.
I eat everything.
I do remember when you ate. I see that.
I eat it. And you notice the way I eat? I eat in certain symmetrical force.
Do you?
I eat in a triangle.
You do.
Yes. I put everything in a triangle because, as Slick will tell you, when you pray to food, it should be done at a higher level. So when I put it in a watch my plate. You see how it,
I'm gonna watch that from now on.
watch, you got it. And your husband, what is your favorite dessert
my
that she
favorite?
makes? He likes them all.
Probably I like everything. I love sweets, but I will say probably cinnamon rolls.
I love
I
cinnamon
love
rolls.
those,
You like
so-
cinnamon rolls? And the funny thing is, the bigger the cinnamon roll, the more I like it. You ever notice that big ones? In Playland, I used to go to Playland in New York just to buy the cinnamon rolls. You had to buy 6, this big.
How did you get involved opening a bakery?
Well, I wasn't involved, but the bakery, like baking, making desserts, it was like her dream. So I just wanted to help her in like pursuing her dream. I got her a mixer, and everything started from there.
Wow. All with a
Yeah.
mixer.
He helped her pursue her dream with a mixer.
How romantic.
Why not? I think What is wrong with you?
I'm serious. He wants to help her pursue her dreams. He got her a mixer. I think that's spectacular.
I
Talk
would-
about
I would-
giving and
I-
loving someone.
Listen, anybody, a woman wanted to do a business and all it took is a mixer, I'd be with that every day of the week.
Well, you know the business I wanted, and I said all I wanted was a banner, and then we went to this. So
I should-
all she wanted was a mixer,
I
and
shoulda
she
gotten
went
you-
to all of this. Oops, should have gotten me a mixer.
I should have gotten you a mixer
Yeah, that's it.
and an egg.
I said all I want is a banner. We got this. She says all I want is a mixer, and she's got a
Yeah,
spectacular.
but I bet you she
company.
got a good mixer. Right? She got the best mixer on the market. You say yes.
Kind of.
There you go. Always say yes. Now, I also want to talk a little bit about diabetics love to eat this stuff, and we can't. Except me. Now I got to go take my metformin twice. But you do desserts also for sugar-free and diabetics?
Yes.
Now, what kind of pastries can a diabetic, can he enjoy everything on here as a diabetic or no?
Well, we can try. Yeah, if you want something special, we can try.
If I want to try leches, I can do it with no sugar? No.
Well, no. It's complicated because we need use condensed milk. It's really sweet. And the other meals too. The tres leche is impossible.
So do you have a set design on diabetic or sugar-free?
Sugar free.
Not sugar added, sugar-free, because I know the difference.
Look at her
Sometimes
face. She's like, not so sure about that.
it's tough. It's tough. I'm going to tell you, a diabetic has to learn to eat stuff with no sugar. Unless you use Trivia
Well, it's tough to bake something that tastes good without
Truvia,
sugar.
stevia.
Yeah.
or Stevia.
We can use that, but when you use Truvia, these flavors change everything. The taste is not the same.
We call it the mystery postre, el postre misterioso. You never know what it's going to taste like. Right?
Right.
Yeah, Claudia, when she cooks, she doesn't know what it's going to taste like either.
Yeah, that's true. I was telling them I took my recipe and I don't taste it. I'm just like, okay, 1 teaspoon of this, 1 teaspoon. Okay, this nice. I said, you like it? Is that we keep it or not? And my mom would say, yes, or no. And I said, okay, so I know. Good.
I remember when I was cooking, and the kids used to say, "Oh, Dad, I want you to make this." I said, "Sure." I don't remember a pinch of this and a pinch of that, and then I didn't measure nothing.
Dad cooks, huh?
Yeah, I used to make un arroz con pollo,
I don't know boil.
and out of the rafters, I hear
The voice from God. has
I
spoken.
tell you, my mother taught me how to cook a steak. I just put everything in it. I used to use this and use a little of this. Michelle used to say, "Do you ever measure anything?" I go, "Yeah, it's all in the. How many times I do this?
I pour it in my hand. I'll do a little bit of this. Yeah. The other day we made pancakes. I did not follow Hector's recipe, although I should have. I was looking to make gluten-free pancakes, and I got the baking powder amount mixed up with the baking soda amount, and my daughter stirring it, and it was like glue. And she says, "Well, let me add water," and the glue got thicker. Well, I go, you know what? Just dump it. So we had to start all over again.
Why? There's nothing wrong with thick batter.
It was like glue. You know what happens when you add
Put
too much
milk in
baking
it.
powder?
Put milk
It's
in
like
it.
glue. I threw it
Milk
away.
and leche.
I know, do with less.
There's a leche in there, and it was. I
Too late
love.
is right.
I love to have pancakes that are this thick. You ever had a pancake this thick? Oh, no good. I want to build a snowman pancake.
That would be a cake.
Every pancake's this thick. You ever have thick pancakes? You ever have thick pizza? You know that chewy. Hey, chewy's
Thick pizza,
delicious.
yeah,
Hey, you're
but-
chewy. You chewy.
A pancake that big,
Bless you, God
that's a
bless you.
cake.
It's what?
That's a cake. That's just an unfrosted
Why
cake.
you think they call it pancake?
But a pancake.
It's a
that is
pancake.
bit- I don't want to eat the big pancake. In the morning, that's too much.
You only need one. Can you imagine having one pancake that's this big and this wide? Oh my goodness, it's
couldn't eat it.
delicious.
How do people find you guys for whatever they're looking for, parties, events?
Well, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Wonder Sweet Bakery, phone. We do like.
All right, contact
I-
them.
Do you guys ever go to stores or businesses and offer your desserts as well?
Stores?
Tiendas.
No.
Yeah.
Diferente tiendas.
Not really. We
Well, we're going to
haven't-
introduce you to some stores because they can use pastries. It's one less thing they have to worry about.
We haven't really done that. I mean, it's probably a good idea always, but we haven't done it yet.
All right, contact them. You can find them on Instagram at Wondersweet Bakery, located right here in Boca, 941-421-2958.
You know that
I think there's plenty
children,
more in the back.
the Children Television Network you do on Saturday? Kids love pastries.
See, everyone loves pastries, absolutely.
Do you do gluten-free also?
Gluten free? Yes.
I need to know, what the hell does that mean? What is a gluten-free? Isn't gluten a sugar? Or no?
No, gluten it's on wheat.
It's wheat.
Yes, it comes from wheat.
So you use
Yeah, it's
soy instead of wheat? Is that the way it works?
They can use. We can use coconut flour,
Different flour.
almond flour. There's always options. Just not
So
like
that's what gluten-free means?
Yeah, it's like
it's
a protein in the wheat.
exactly, yeah.
Do you know that when I eat bread, I sneeze? When I must have to eat gluten-free. There are certain foods I eat, I start sneezing like a madman. I must be allergic to something.
Something in
I
the
must
wheat.
have be gluten-freeness.
I think
They say that the gluten is something that your body's supposed to don't have everything to digest. That's why a lot of people have to quit eating without gluten. Because your body can process that.
you can't digest it all the time.
I don't even know what the hell gluten is until I just found out now. I thought, I gotta tell you how stupid I am. I thought gluten was people putting glue in the damn food. I said, what the hell is
Yikes.
gluten-free? It's gluten-free.
Protein in the
I thought
wheat
it was
that I
glue.
guess your body doesn't like.
You ever eat something and sneeze?
No.
You
Only
like?
a spice. I've got some green juice in the back that makes me
Do
sneeze.
you?
but
Are you a
there's-
big pastry lover? You are? Really?
I'd much prefer to eat dessert than food.
I
Really?
don't blame her on that. The red
Yeah,
velvet
just
cupcakes
saying.
were.
Yeah, that's because you guys
The
are
red
thin.
velvet.
What?
We heavyset guys, we can only think that. We can't eat that way. But
And
this
I
is,
do it, but I like to.
and would you order, this is don't get mad at me, would you ever order like a wedding cake just to have in a house party and cut it up?
If you were having a party, not just to have. If I had people over, sure.
So you would never order like a big wedding cake just to have?
No.
Really? Why?
You got a lot to have people to eat that. A lot of people.
Well, you have to have a lot of days. Like if you were getting a wedding cake that, I don't know, 10 inches, and you had now a cake for a month, would you order it just on the cuff?
Remember that wedding, well, not our 1 year anniversary cake that was like a wedding cake? We had a lot of people eating that.
That wasn't the question.
No, I wouldn't.
In your house, would you ever order something without an occasion?
No, and let me tell you why. Because I would eat it, and I would eat it, and I'd get on the scale and I'd eat it, and
But
then
that's
I
why
would
you
throw
buy
it
it,
away
is to eat
because
it.
I would be eating too much
Oh no,
of it.
let me buy a cake to look at it. You're gonna eat it.
That's why.
So you wouldn't just order a cake
A
randomly.
cake, but not a wedding cake.
That's why Latinos are different.
I guess so.
Latinos order everything, right?
Yes.
I order a big cake, I leave it there, I look at it for about 3 days. And I start taking pieces at it. What happened?
3 days? That's
I look at it
crazy.
for 3 days. You know how a Latino eats cake from the back forward? We fool ourselves thinking if I eat from the back, I'm not gonna get.
If you stand up and eat, it works the same way. You
And
don't
we-
gain weight.
You don't gain weight. And if you stand up and you eat it and you don't think you gain weight, you don't gain weight. And if you do gain weight, the hell with it. Why not?
Exactly.
But Latinos order stuff. We don't need a reason. Wedding cake. I want to order a big wedding cake. Who's getting married? Forget about it. Don't even put a name on it. Just to eat cake.
Check them out. The food is absolutely spectacular.
You're
Ready
ignoring
for
me.
a second. We're going to go to commercial
No,
break.
you're
We're going
ignoring
to
me.
kick it over to
They-
Vinny.
we got to kick it. Where is Vinny?
Vinny's right there.
We got to straighten out that camera to go to Vinny.
Wonder
to
Sweet
ISO.
Bakery. You guys, everything was spectacular and delicious. Claudia, nice job. Today
Thank
we're on
you.
Fuego. You can watch Fuego to hear it
nice. Go
again
to
in
ISO on us.
Spanish. It was on today. Fuego on Fuego on social media.
Bring it over.
Hosted by
Thank
who
you.
hosted today? Claudia, Yolanda too, or just Claudia?
Claudia and Yolanda?
Yolanda and Claudia.
Yes. Claudia and Yolanda hosted Fuego today, and it was all about the sweets. I got to tell you, I have never needed a day like today. You racked it up today.
Thank you.
Because I'm going to tell you, I was really teed off today.
I know.
I was, and then the sweet of the sweets and everything else that went around it was
A
fantastic.
little bit of positivity. We got a little bit of entanglement behind you. Both of these paintings you see behind us come to you from Amy Rashevsky. Tomorrow is normally art with Amy, but she is taking the day off. She's spending it with her grandchildren.
Which-
So we've got Jay Harmon
Yes,
tomorrow.
and what is the name of his show? Speaking Art?
I like to call the colored pencil artist. That is not the name of it, though, but I always refer to him as the colored pencil artist because I think what Jay Harmon does is spectacular.
Well, we have Mark Freeman.
Mark
too.
Freeman, and he has the painting, our OG painting that hangs in our studio that we should bring out here
We
also.
will. We will. But I'm excited about tomorrow's show.
Because Mark is great, and I see he's been creating more and more pieces while he's been home.
And
he-
Mark had the COVID.
Mark got sick in the beginning of all of
28
this.
days.
He was sick way back in, it was probably March, but when it was first coming
In
out.
March, yep.
So we'll hear a little bit from him. So that'll be tomorrow at 2:30. You can tune into our artist show.
All right, let's take a break.
Send it over to Vinny.
Hi there, I'm Vinny. Today I want to talk to you about something good. Are you feeling stress and pain? Or you feel like life's out of control, about to crumble all around you every second? Don't worry about it, because I have something for you. You have a thing called Healing Moments, the integrative and whole wellness center. It helps you with everything you need with highly trained therapists, with massages, Reiki therapy, crystal healing. And what else we need? Oh yeah, sauna. Sauna is really good for you too. And the best part is Keegan water. Water is a perfectly balanced pH system inside and makes you feel good without any nickel in the bottle feeling. So go and
If you have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known, then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Choice.
Oh, I know that one.
Who sings
I
that
grew up
song?
with that song. Well, who wrote that?
It's from the 90s. It's actually by Tony Braxton called
Braxton.
Unbreak My Heart.
I remember. That's a great piece. That's a great. Listen, I wanted to touch base. We got about 10 minutes left on the show. I wanted to touch base about. We didn't do a morning show because of my fault this morning. Something came up, but we had one yesterday. And we were talking about wedding rings and things of that nature. Do you know that more people contacted me about the good humor about going into a store and offering the woman to pick a stone and say, getting that, and leaving?
I think a jewelry store, you should be in a bag. What is it called when you do, like the sports guys, what do they do when they represent a brand?
A brand ambassador.
Endorsement. I think you should do endorsements for jewelry stores now.
Why?
Because it's hilarious what you did yesterday.
But it's funny because I never meant anything by it. People were telling me things, and I'm like, to me, it's just like common. I think they would touch. Why are you laughing?
It's common to take a woman into a jewelry store and go, you can't have it, and you leave.
I was thinking about it, but no.
Slip, talking to your mic.
You slip them a 20
But-
and then you leave.
No, I say you slip the Mickey, the 20, to the store
I thought a
owner
Mickey
so
was a
they know
drink,
you.
though.
It doesn't matter. It's what goes in the palm of the hand.
No, but I did really take notes on that. I'm like, next time when I do want to pop a question like that, I am gonna slip the Mickey. I don't know if I'm gonna be as vicious as you. But I will use everything up until you leave the store without me. I'll use everything. That's what you say.
Well,
To actually get her.
but the funny thing is, it's like the gift. You give the teacher the gift not on the last day of school. You give her on the first day of school. She remembers your name, right?
Correct.
I mean, think about it. All you're trying to do is you're trying to be
That's
real
a nice
cool.
touch, I have to tell you, by the way.
How can you, I was wondering, how does she feel getting in the same car as you, driving away from the movie store?
Like, was she crushed,
She was
broken-hearted?
crushed. And the crushier, the more better.
And then how did you deal with her in the car? What happened when you went home? There was like, no,
I said, let's go get ice cream.
And she was okay with that?
She says, okay. She had the look.
Did you feel bad?
I was dying. I was laughing. I knew she was
getting her-
crushed. So what?
She wanted ice, not ice cream. Ice. They call ice like
He'd be on
diamonds,
ice.
right? Real ice.
Yeah, she should have iced you on that one, not ice cream. You're
For-
right.
Let me. Well,
Cold as ice.
Hold on a second. If you take somebody to get earrings or something for a birthday gift, and you say the lady wants a $10,000 set of earrings, you're going to buy it, Slick? No, you're not going to buy it. No, not at all. It says, well, that's nice. And then when you leave, you say, give me something that looks like this. And he gives you the zirconian thing. The Zubik.
But you got something?
You get something. No, you get it later. What are you going to embarrass yourself and say, I can't afford that? How do you get by? I can't afford that ring.
I've had that happen to me, and I got to tell you, I'm still to this day, this necklace haunts me that I still want this necklace. Just saying.
And Chuck didn't get it for you? Nope. He can't afford it. I don't find that hard to believe. I got to get his side of the story.
Say diamonds are a girl's best friend, right? Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Is that true?
I don't even think it was a diamond necklace.
Oh.
It was just a necklace I wanted. It was just like my poster. It was just like my logo. It was before I even had my logo. It was like a starburst. And he goes, nope. And I thought, oh, like you did, he's going to get it. Nope. Came back to the other country, come back to this country, thought I'd get it. Nope. I called the jeweler. I still thought I left the card out in the house. Still thought I was going to get it to this day. 10 years later, still never got it.
Are you serious?
Swear, yep.
That's why Dawn was so touched by that story.
Exactly, because I've been there.
I told my sister about the show, and she looked at it and she says, that's like getting stood up at the altar. That's really bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was a ploy to get somebody's attention.
I feel like there's a way to get out of it the clean way, but I just don't have that option. Or like that, I don't have that possibility in my head right now.
What do you mean?
Every way that you would portray, like you phrase that you came up with the example is kind of vicious.
You think that's vicious? You're the one that bought the ring and she said no. I think that's vicious. Hello, smack. There you go.
It was pretty vicious.
I think she's vicious. You know what you should do? You should buy the band with no stone. And say, okay, here you go. You put that, if you can wear that, you're proof to me you really
That's
love
not bad.
me.
That's not a bad idea.
20 years later, there's still no
Oh,
stone.
that's not so nice.
That's not a bad idea.
That's right.
Vinny, I want to find out how your show went today.
My show went well. It was great, hilarious.
What did you talk about?
Talk about the world news mostly, about the explosion in Berat.
You had Valerie on your show.
Oh yeah, I did.
She talked about current events. Really?
Yeah, we all talk about current
The
events.
Hun lady?
It's still a comedy show, right? It's
Oh, still
comedy?
definitely.
How do you make comedy out of the explosion? That's hard.
It's being factual.
Yeah, it's being factual. That part's
I
not
do
comedy.
facts and humor, like everything almost at once.
What'd you say, hey, Vinny?
You said things. She said Valerie said things.
No, thank you for helping me out.
You know, if you think about it,
She could come out and get a mic and a
why don't you come out, you screaming crazy woman? You know, if you think about it, they had 270,000 tons of fertilizer in a building. Next door was a fireworks building that had tons of fireworks. If you think about it, it's not a funny deal, but how stupid can stupid be? That's like saying, here's explosives and I'm a match. And sooner or later, what do you think is going to happen?
They're saying there's other chemicals too, but they're just stored in property. I don't know if the names of them were. I didn't know the fireworks.
It was there for 7 years.
Fertilizer.
Yeah, definitely.
Fertilizer? That really stinks.
Yeah, the white pellets smell like death.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they make bombs. And why is it being stored in the heart of the city? You're trying to protect it from other people finding it. Listen, I got my own theories on this thing. I feel bad it happened. I'm sorry people lost their lives. But, you know, sometimes stupid governments do stupid things. And sometimes God don't like ugly. It's really simple. You see that explosion? It went out, I think, for 15 miles plus
Yeah,
the
but
window.
for so many people to suffer under the hands of a few, that's what's just so sad. You know, if you're going to do something stupid and it affects you, you did it stupid. Those are the consequences to your actions. But to affect innocent lives is just wrong.
You know, now you're opening up a Pandora's box for me. Because there's a lot of things around us that people doing stupid things.
I know. I know.
I hope
When
you
I
learn a
said it, I
lesson.
knew I was opening a Pandora's box. But it's true. There are consequences to your individual actions, and if you suffer consequences, okay, if you put your finger in a light socket, you know what's going to happen. You chose to put your finger in a light socket. You did it to yourself. This impacted so many people.
On the lighter news, we also talk about TV shows and gaming stuff.
Oh,
like,
good. Which
remember, like, you guys watch The Office?
Yes.
There you go. There you go. Thank you.
I
yeah.
still watch it.
It's funny. Like
on TNT.
At first, you might not like it because how it is. Then after a while, after long days, like, oh, this show's pretty funny. I like it.
You got to have a sense of humor for that.
Yeah.
Because
You
it
gotta
has
have a
twists and
warped
turns.
sense of humor,
Twists and turns.
right?
Yeah, and no, it's.
Oh, I love warped sense of humor.
I
There's
know you
shows.
do.
I love the show that has dark humor also.
On HBO, they are interviewing Jim Carrey on that Bill Murray show. You ever seen Bill Carrey be interviewed?
Bill Murray? Oh, I mean Bill Maher.
Bill Maher is the interviewer,
Yeah.
and Carrey is Jim Carrey is the guy.
I have
Jim-
not seen that.
Jim Carrey doesn't shut the hell up. And you can see Bill is like, would you shut up already? He's like, and he's on, and he's putting the camera like this and doing all those strange things. Because, you know, he's a wild man.
He's wild, yeah.
And he wrote a book, and Bill asked him, well, what are you going to do now that Trump is going to lose the House? He's going to lose the presidency, and you won't have anything bad to write about or paint about anymore. So he said, let me think. Oh, I got plenty to write back. It's Washington. And he puts the camera like this, Washington, I'm watching you. What is wrong with that man? But what a comedian he is.
He's a character on his own right.
He's crazy.
Enjoyably crazy though. It's like something I want to talk about stuff he does in life. It's like he looks like a nice person to talk about stuff with.
Jim Carrey? You should write him.
He got divorced because I read somewhere that his wife says she couldn't take his craziness.
Oh my god.
Like he glued her shoes to the floor.
I'm sorry.
I love that.
I know you like some.
As a matter of fact, if Slick leaves his shoes around somewhere, I will glue those bad boys to the floor.
You know, I'm kind of inspired by Jim Carrey on my show, kind of.
You act like him.
In a good way.
In a good way.
It's always a good way. There's nothing wrong with Jim. He's just a little bit out there.
He puts a lot of effort into his comedy.
But he's also making $21 million a movie.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was saying, I wish I had thought of it. Right. I would sit up here and put that camera in my eyeball.
Check out his show, and then Lenny had his show. We had Fuego. You guys had a full day in that studio. Nice to see you out here.
Yeah.
They had a lot going on.
And the production was maravilloso.
Nice job, guys.
We did a spot for Wonder Sweets.
Yeah, but now you have to finish it.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Because I also heard that there were 2 commercials still missing, Monica's and Claudia's. 2 spots. We'll talk about it later. I know you have them, but they weren't finished. And there it begins.
You gotta love Slick.
Also,
All right, nice job, Pierre. Nice
Hold
job,
on, we got
everyone.
3 minutes. We started late.
Also, I want to say, like, in the future of my show, I'm not sure when, but I want to probably try and make a sketch show out of it. Like, make my own sketch series.
Like a comic book sketch?
Skits, you mean?
Yeah, skits. Yeah, I'm sorry, not sketch. Skits, yeah.
What skits?
In the future, like, not at the moment, but I'm still trying to think what to do. How
You have to edit them.
Yeah.
You know, Latina Salina brought that to my attention. They're doing that in Miami now, where in the middle of a show, they will put a skit in here that's been taped. So like the 2 of you can do a skit, and you and I are talking about something, and all of a sudden, whoop, they pop that skit in. She showed me one about food in Puerto Rico, lunch, and lunch here. The difference. I was dying on the differences. Here they give you like a piece of bologna on a rye
Peanut
bread
butter
that's
and
old.
jelly sandwich, right?
In Puerto Rico, they give you arroz y habichuela. They give you some nice food, man. You don't want to ever leave the cafeteria.
School lunches, yep.
So you can do that. You can put, but it's going to take work.
No, definitely.
But if you get everybody to pitch in and you do. Now, what I like to do is I like to do these pitches every day. And now, tomorrow when we do the show, you guys are going to do the same thing, but you're going to create your own pitch of whatever it is you're selling, if you're here. If you're not here, then next time you come, you're going to pick it up.
All right.
And pick up the stocks. And Pierre, get ready because you're up next. I got something I want to talk to him about because everybody's got to be active. It's like Steve-O said, you got to stay community-based. So we're no different.
100% true.
All right, you ready?
Now, waiting on you.
We're ready to rock and roll.
All
We'll
right.
see you.
We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time. Be kind to each other. Please be safe. And you know what? It's about positivity. So let us know what you are grateful for.
That's right. And don't hit your brakes in the road because I'm going to be out there. So be careful. Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save her. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche. listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors, just a ray of light.